Hey, how y'all doing? I'm Levi on this channel. If for y'all that don't know, I'm usually helping RJ, but the last few videos I've been kind of faded away in because I've been working on my own projects. Obviously, I know a few people are asking about the CUDA and the 39, which the CUDA is mine. Right over there, still planning to get worked on, but I've just been busy lately. I don't have a lot of time to do this, but I enjoy doing it. So show y'all what I've been working on. This is my 1986 GMC K1500. I bought about 4 months ago, and I bought it to relieve me of my everyday vehicle. Now I have a work vehicle in this, and then it blew up, which always sucks. If y'all build cars, y'all know how that is. So I went with a brand new motor in it, which y'all see. I went with a automatic instead of a manual transmission, and we're doing all the stuff to get it to automatic. I love the manual in it, but for me it was just old and clunky. It's not gated at all. If y'all drove in these granny 4-speed, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all see more and more about this truck as we go on.
I'm RJ and this is Levi, and we got kicking around some ideas, but one of the things we realize every time we start moving things around, trailers, other vehicles, heck, we like going fishing, we got a boat, the ramps, whole 9 yards, we need the shop truck. A while back I picked up an 86 square body K model. Great for towing, running around. I call it a late model because I'm old. Young guys call these old because they're cool. Levi picked up an 86 Jimmy. So together we have
Two 86s.
twins. Oh. Twin 86s. Right on. And we're starting out with everything fresh. New motors, new drive lines, new electrical, new everything. Y'all follow along. Join us with the videos on these two little builds. And we're gonna have us a little get around square bodies. It's gonna be fun. Okay guys, the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line, as they say. We did a lot of work, even though it's dirty, on the frame, suspension, and so forth. Things I want to change to make it ride and drive better. Slight baby lift, 3 inches.
This is the K10, by the way. The Chevy.
Yeah, this is the Chevy. This is my truck. And I slicked up the firewall a little bit, but the biggest thing is we wanted a couple fresh motors. Levi's going to show you his. And this one's mine, brand new, out of the box, 4-volt main, 350. I went a little bit more horsepower. It's right around that 300 plus mark, but we're going to put a lot of power adders on it, and it's going to be fresh. I like the idea of street rod or custom building it, so it'll be all new wiring. But we're going to do it a very affordable kind of way. Basically like we built the custom cars, and just be a nice little shop truck with AC, power brakes, power everything. So be a fun little drive. But I'm real tickled that we got a brand new fresh motor. The heartbeat of the whole deal is a new motor, new trans. We went through the transfer case, so mechanically she's sound. She's ready to go.
What kind of trans you got in here?
I just got to put it all together. I've got the Turbo 400, but it's been completely redone, and front to back, all new pumps, seals, clutches. Went with an aftermarket torque converter that gives me a little bit more stall speed, but like I said, we're going to run a little more horsepower. I would like to run injection on it and things like that, but going to be a lot of fun with this one. And this is the motor room of Levi's right there, 86 Jimmy.
It's horrible.
It's bad, but it's kind of interesting. I still find looking this stuff up really kind of cool. This thing originally was one of those oddballs because it was a camper edition with the diesel motor in it. Some of you old guys might remember the diesels where they took the motor and tried to make it a diesel, and it wasn't real great. So every time you find one of these old diesel ones, they tend to be swapped out with a motor, and this one had a 79 350, yeah, in it, and we tried to keep it band-aided together when he first got it, just to go up and down the road. It's AC truck, power,
special order
brakes.
Truck too.
Yeah,
sliding window, interior, special order.
It had all the it was a camper edition. It was really kind of cool, really neat. Mahogany interior, bronze color. It had a lot of cool things about it. So, good solid truck, no rust.
Happy motor.
Yeah, just miserable motor. Finally, the old rod let go. We did all we could to it, but when we realized the best thing to do is get a motor for him, well, we got something to show you guys. Oh, one of the things that's really crazy about this old truck is like we said before, it was a diesel truck. So there's a lot of
ugly jank, redneck.
Jank's a good word. It's
thrown together.
And what it is we realize it's leftover stuff for the diesel, back when the diesel was hooked up. And then we had all kind of weird issues with the wiring, where people had done weird ties and joints and just a lot of scab work over a period of time.
I think it's just taped together.
Right, and we have had no gauges working, no interior stuff works, no AC work.
Here's our main power going from our battery to our starter, and it goes actually right through the metal frame, just chafing and rubbing.
And it was arcing. And then you got all these homemade. My favorite thing though is the wire ties, like the house type wire ties. And we had several of these. We actually took some of these out when we were trying to make this thing get up and down the road, but we ran into all kind of problems. So we're gonna also yank out the entire wiring harness and put in a kit. It's honestly the easiest, cheapest, most affordable way. And really cool thing about a universal kit, it's pretty much a GM wiring harness anyway, so it'll really fit easily in this. Speedway sells all kind of wiring kits, but this 22 circuit universal, this number right here, this thing's your best buddy. It's GM anyway. Comes with your high beam, low beam switch, your light switches, your flashers, fuses. You've got all your options for your steering column. It's a super simple system. I mean, they literally lay out almost like a poster board.
Yeah, you got your whole fuse block right here.
Yeah, you could hang on the wall. Look, how easy is that? Come on. I don't know anything about this stuff, and I can do this.
Every wire's labeled, every fuse. I think it's every like 6 inches to a foot, if you can kind of see through there, of what it is and where exactly it goes to.
It's so cool.
This one is the high beam indicator right here. It says it. They're pretty simple. I think I got this for like 200 bucks.
Yeah, and that's what's so nice about it. I mean, we're not doing this because it's the way to go. It's just that when you shop this stuff out and you really look it over, if you go by model, it tends to jack the price up. But if you get one of these universal hot rod kits, it's pretty much it's the GM stuff anyway. And that's what we're doing. We're just building a hot rod. We're going to have a new motor, new transmission, modified air conditioner. We've got custom power brakes for it. Everything's going to be fresh. Since nothing in this thing electrically works, why not put a kit in it? No different than we do the street rods and customs. Yeah. Everything would be new. And we can do some nice custom gauges and a custom dash. So more better, but more bang for the buck. All right, Levi's brand new. We just unpackaged it. We just got it on the end of stand. We're fixing to put it all together. We got a short block from Extreme Performance. Extreme Performance. Never bought from them before. Don't know anything about them. The deal wasn't too bad. They seem pretty workable over the phone.
Yeah,
everything was cool. Board 40 over. They say everything in it's brand new, fresh. 350, 40 over. All new stuff, new cam, the whole 9 yards. Really great price.
But super stock, because I went with the opposite of what he's doing. I don't need a hot rod motor because I drive a bajillion miles a year because I live across the planet.
Levi's got to go to work in this thing every day too.
Well, not every day, but I also got to drive here, which is over an hour.
But and you're going to be using it a lot. So good solid driving motor is what we're going after basically, guys. We will probably do throttle body injection, and we'll do some add-on parts though. We got a really nice set of heads, and
dirt cheap too. From family to $100 a head, can't beat it. 100 miles on the head. This is also only a 2-bolt main, so I mean it's nothing crazy, very stock.
But will last you a long time as long as you take care of it.
Hopefully the motor doesn't suck. So I don't know
and
about
just like the other one, the twins will have brand new heartbeats. Yep. So that's going to get our start. Y'all follow along. So all we got to do is some assembly. We got a great deal on some earlier heads. Got the great valving in them. casting numbers, all good stuff.
Like 100 miles on them?
Yeah, we went through them. Everything was perfect. We put all new seals, checked all the guides. Really nice ahead, cleaned up, ready to go. So mostly we're just going to put it together with some good components. First thing I'm going to do is grab these head gaskets. We got some really cool bolts here, ARP. Everybody uses these. It's the best way to go. A lot of people will tend to save their old bolts. And if you save your old bolt, always remember, no matter what you take off that motor that you're rebuilding with old stuff, all those old parts have the same miles on it. Stretched out head bolts are the worst. Too far ahead.
They have a lip on them?
Yeah, well, you'll notice, you see that chamfer?
Yeah, that's where your bolts want to sit.
Hopefully y'all can see that little chamfer. You want to put that toward the head of the bolt. And what's neat about that is no matter how much machining they do, even though they get really square, that little collar, that little tiny collar tends to match up. So what it does, it gives you a nice flat surface, but it also, when you torque this down, it's 100%. So it's one of them dumb little details you don't really want to get backwards, because if you can look at that, can you see the gap?
The gap, yeah.
You see the gap? That's going to give you an incorrect press. So just want to pay attention to that. And also, you know, on their recommendation, and it's nothing I've come up with, it's just one of them things that is kind of helpful. A little dab of do you. But they send you this assembly lubricant.
And why do we do that?
Well, what's really cool about that is because this is basically two pieces, again, it ensures the seating.
Yep.
It ensures when you're torquing it down and you're spinning that torque in,
Doesn't spin your...
you get 100% made up. Yeah.
I'm going to try to do this next one without RJ and see what he says. Hopefully it's not wrong.
I'm so proud of you. Look at you go. All right, quality torque wrench. Turn it on, torque 0, we're set at 70 foot-pounds, you see? See? Show the camera, 70. There you go. I like to start out with your number 1, and you're gonna go until you hear the noise. But remember, there's a sequence to this.
I was going to say, you're going to have to tell me the sequence.
And I like to keep all these old books around. Stuff's always there. Anyway, this is your torque sequence. See number 1?
1, 2,
Did you just shove me?
Yeah, I couldn't see.
That's just
3,
wrong.
4. Okay.
Yeah, it's just boom, boom. Pay attention, though. Trying to stay accurate. You remember a few days ago when I told you to soak these?
Yeah.
You can almost see the oil level drop. And anyway, clean container, oil, re-soak these lifters. And you may think it's a little sloppy or whatever, but
It's all clean oil.
Yeah, and you just want them to kind of find and hunt. Don't force nothing. I'll start one and just give it like a little shake. Right on the top, and it'll just go right
Slide
in.
down itself.
If it goes in easy, you're doing great. But
Okay.
yeah, you get in here and you want to kind of ease this thing into this little alignment thing right there, and
Bump
cool. Yeah, just like bumped on. Sure. Try not to touch the silicone.
Which way you want to
We're
go?
going your way.
Towards me?
Yeah.
Stop.
You ready?
No.
And spinning.
I've never done this before.
Well, you got to spin it.
It goes. Okay. Oh, you good?
You good?
Yeah.
A little bit more. I'm trying to get oil on everything. I'll grab the rockers.
There you go.
There you go. Put that bolt back in for just in case purposes. That's all it's good for. Now go get your oil pan. And we need some towels. You got towels here. All your inspection points. You know why they white dot that, right?
And it's been
Finished and torqued.
Yeah.
Okay, set your pan
I'm
on.
about right here. We need to worry about any of that. We good?
You should be okay because we're inside.
Okay.
We just don't want to be outside. Now, y'all probably seen no gasket on that. We ordered a single piece, one piece silicone gasket. It's just not here yet. We're putting this on with just a couple bolts.
And we'll also be ordering an oil pan in the future because this does not fit.
Yeah, it fits. It just don't have a gasket to hold it up.
No, dude, you're an inch off over here.
Well, that's because...
It don't fit.
Oh, I'll be dang. Oh. You know what else?
Huh.
It's early.
Oh, they switched sides.
Yeah, it's later.
Yeah.
So, guess what you get to order now?
This is a 79 350 small block oil pan. This is an 86 block. They are not interchangeable.
Normally, we wouldn't even put that in the video, but it is kind of good to note that early
Good thing I didn't order a
driver
gasket yet.
side oil, later passenger side oil.
That's what you were talking about for the dipstick.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah. So now you know, single piece
It
seal.
might be a kit. It might be a little bit cheaper.
Passenger side. Well, now you need an oil pan. Here you go.
Man, I clean this for nothing.
No, not really. I might use that in the future. So I appreciate it. I really appreciate it.
Chris, you need this oil pan?
Cleaning's good practice. Quick tip. Most people know this that's ever messed with these small block Chevys, but young guys that may not know it, a little thing we do, make sure your screen is in relation to your oil pan. Best way to do that is make sure it's kind of in relation to the block. And what we did is, I had it, but we use a little degree finder. You ain't gotta be perfect, you just want to be close. Tilt up, you're getting the sludge off the bottom. You tilt down, you're not picking up the oil you should be picking up. You get me? So now we know that. One of the old racer tricks used to be just a little spot weld. All it is a little something to keep this thing from moving around. Road vibration, heat, distortion, anything that makes this thing want to bend, flex, or move. I've taken off a bunch of old pans over the years, and these things have been in all kind of weird angles, and it causes trouble. So that little ounce of prevention, worth a pound of cure. Cool?
We actually got a pan that fits now, which should be pretty nice.
Roger that. See the big seal back? Look at you go. It still don't fit.
What in the world?
Wow. And it's for this motor.
Oh,
Oh, look at your bolt holes.
it almost is hidden right here. It looks like
That's what I'm saying. It's not the big body though. It's the narrow body.
That sucks.
Yeah, it sucks. I don't get it.
Still the wrong pan.
The thing is, you ordered it for a single seal.
Yeah.
And a late
this
model.
is a single seal?
That's a late 80s.
Yeah, for an 86. Yeah.
That's what this is supposed to be for. And see, we got this. This is
Yeah,
on
it's
the right
on that
side.
side. Now I'm lost.
That's crazy. This is all perfect. This is not even close. If it was close, unfortunately,
Like good.
it doesn't matter. Look at your holes.
I know, I'm looking at them. It's almost the same one as the other side, or the other pan. That is crazy.
Well, now I'm confused.
There went the day.
Yep, I'm going on.
Man. Oil pan number 3.
So it's been the last 5 minutes of video. It's probably been about 3 weeks.
I wonder where the old finger crossover came from Good Luck. What does that mean?
Anyways, it's been about 3 weeks, and you've seen 3 different oil pans.
Are we gonna research it?
The last one they sent me the wrong year of oil pan.
Maybe one of the subscribers will research
You can
it.
grab that gasket right there.
You gotta take that out of the bag.
18th
Hey,
time.
let's start with the gasket and see if it fits. Wow,
This looks
the
bigger.
gasket's gorgeous. Look at that single piece seal, guys. Pay the extra $1 or $2. Get that single piece seal. Look how nice these are. The little rings stops it from going too far. You can't overcrush it. And the oil pans leak
It still
because of
doesn't
being
fit.
overcrushed.
No, I'm just kidding.
You better. You're only kidding you. If it don't fit, I'm gonna go get a sandwich.
Oh yeah, heck yeah.
Oh, see how it squeezes down?
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Oh, yeah. Now you need bolts. You know why? Another great reason to have a single piece gasket. You don't need a bunch of goop and crap and weighting and stuff. We can bolt this Jesse on and get to the funnest part of the whole thing. And that's spray painting with spray bombs. Okay. So, where's your stuff at?
I don't know. Where did we put it last time?
I don't know. Is this the part where you turn the camera off and go hunt for bolts?
Or they can hear me rummage.
No. Let's turn the camera off and go look for bolts. We'll be back in a second. Cheapest lacquer thinner in a paint gun. Top needle all the way closed to the right. Lower needle, volume, all the way till you get a full pull trigger. Just makes a little bit. Good for cleaning.
Alright guys, it's Levi here again. Unfortunately, we forgot to record the mating of the transmission and the motor, and I missed out telling y'all on some of the front dressing of the motor, but most of it's reused from the old motor, same pulleys and stuff. I just cleaned them up, painted them. I did buy a new water pump. I got a block off fuel plate because of the EFI system I got. It has an electric fuel pump, so it's no longer needed. And RJ convinced me to buy some what he calls old school valve covers. If you know, they're aluminum, they're finned. Y'all probably seen them before. Also, when we took the old motor out, took the opportunity to go ahead and sand down the frame and get it all painted and stuff, so it's not all dirty, oily, and cruddy and muddy like they left it. Obviously, the old motor was blowing oil everywhere, so it had a bunch of like just built up over the years, crud and stuff like that. I got new body mounts for the whole entire truck. We'll be putting them in when we put the doghouse back on. Alright y'all, I forgot to film this, but this is my 700 R4 I picked up off of Facebook Marketplace for $140. It was a really cool old dude I found not too far from here, and he took it out of a running vehicle, and I mean, I don't think he was up to update with the prices, everything, especially how they are nowadays. But me and RJ's brother Chris, we went through this whole thing. We did a rebuild kit in it. I spent more on the rebuild kit than I did a whole transmission, ironically. Took us a few days, but we got it all figured out. Hopefully everything's gonna work perfectly fine, but you're about to see us house this, and I'll show some few pictures of us rebuilding it. But we're gonna see it made it to the motor and put the whole thing in. And just a reminder, if y'all do go from manual to automatic in these, I had to buy this adapter plate that I could only really find on eBay, especially to the, I believe this is the N208 transfer case in this. Yeah, weird adapter plate. We put everything in and realized it didn't mate up to the actual cross member to mount the transmission up. So I had to buy that and wait another week. But we got everything back in so far. We got the whole truck stripped apart. It looks kind of dirty under here, but I did paint the front of the frame where the motor's going. Y'all will see more of that here soon, or later, depending on where I put all this stuff in the video. I got a lift kit coming in a week, so we're gonna lift it up, finish the exhaust. So obviously you can see the long tube header there. We got the mufflers still mounted how they were last time. But then we gotta cover that hole. We gotta do some metal work in here, and then get everything configured for the automatic transmission column. Alright, basically we got all the old junk off the new column. Get ready to go in there. We got rid of the old column. We took everything we need off that. Some of the stuff's getting painted, will go back on. This is junk now because it was broken. You saw us cutting some stuff right there. RJ convinced me that because the windshield wiper and this one had like the brights and stuff in it that ran down to the bottom, but we got a foot switch for the brights. But the windshield wiper thing kind of junky and messed up on this one. So he convinced me he's gonna buy this little switch that he puts in his other custom hot rods and stuff that I'm gonna mount on the dash somewhere. And we actually took a donor piece off of the old column. We're gonna take this here and sleeve this and weld it, make it look all nice. And it's just gonna be a one stick thing. It's not gonna have no switches or knobs or anything on it. And I gotta buy a new piece of that, clean this up, and I got a new steering wheel to put on it. Alright, I got the steering wheel all done and prepped. It got painted and cleaned. Cleaned and painted, I should say. And in the meantime, I'm going to start all the wiring while all this is out of my way and everything's nice and accessible. Alright, we got the automatic column back in. This is actually a tilt column, which is really nice. If y'all know about these original seats in these old trucks, the tilt columns are always nice to have because they tend to sit really high up. And obviously got the automatic shifter in here. I got to get a new one of those. We started on some of the wiring. We started running our external wiring through the back here, and with this hot rod wiring thing, which is only like 22 circuits, we're gonna have to build some type of garment plate going out. So because this one doesn't have the back connecting block for the plug with all the engine wiring harness and the everything that runs through the back end of the truck, like the tail lights and stuff like that. Got the clutch pedal out of here. Luckily this one was just a bolt sleeve up here. Can't really see. There's the nut for it right there. So it just kind of popped out without a big bracket and stuff having to come out. It was pretty nice. And we got the motor and everything installed. Some of this wiring out of the way. Oh. Yeah, there's the motor and everything installed. Still work in progress, obviously, but this will be a wrap up on the introduction of these trucks. Hopefully next time you'll be seeing RJ's truck as far as a like a tag team type of thing. But as soon as I finish this wiring and we get a lift kit on here, because these wheels scrape, hopefully the next video this thing will be driving around. We'll be wiring and firing, finish up some of the motor components. I did get a electric EFI system, the throttle body electric system to go on top of here. So works and acts like carburetor, but you get the all the perks of having fuel injection, and it'll match the distributor back there. But I think it'll be a nice ride, all in all. Throttle body help out with fuel mileage. These things, 350s are nice, but they don't get great fuel mileage. And that'll be a wrap on this video for now. But hopefully next time we'll be driving.